Hi, it's Helen from Sportswear Chatter. Thank you once again for taking the time to watch my Clo 3D videos. We're going to add a side tape to the shirt and some prints. I've firstly created artwork for a single stripe tape in Illustrator. I've exported it as a PNG. Check your measurements so it fits your side panel correctly. Now, back in Clo 3D, we want to remove from the front and the back body panels. Edit Pattern, shortcut Z, and right click. Select Offset as internal line and type in half of your tape width measurement. Then right click and cut. Repeat this on the back. Shortcut A, then if you bring those two pieces together, due to the shaping you can see it's difficult to merge. So we're going to just create a rectangle, the same measurements as our tape artwork. As you can see, the length of the tape artwork is actually a little short. So I'm just going to change the length to match the side seam lengths. There are normally ways to amend and carry on. So shortcut Z and right click and change the length. I'm going to add a point, shortcut X, in the middle of the tape width, top and bottom. I'm then going to move the top point down with the arrow keys on your keyboard to mirror the original pattern edge. Next we'll sew. Select free sewing, click on the top edge, trace down and click on the bottom edge, and then repeat on the other pattern piece. Do this both sides so it is attached to the front and the back of the garment. Now we'll place it in the 3D window. I'm going to select Show Arrangement Points in the avatar display in the 3D window and select a blue spot. Although it's not perfect, the pattern piece has now been moved closer to the body and you can just tweak with the gizmo. Press spacebar to render to see that everything works. And then we can shortcut A, highlight the pattern piece and right click and select Symmetrical Pattern with Sewing. Drop this on the other side of the front pattern piece and render again. Then we can get rid of the pieces we cut off at the start. Just highlight them and press backspace. Select under 2D textures, graphic. It's the button with a t-shirt with cubes on the front. This will bring up your files. Select your pre-saved tape PNG file and click on the pattern piece you want the graphic to appear. As we realised earlier, my graphic is a little short. So let's select Transform Graphic in the same 2D textures area. It's the same looking T, but it also now has an arrow on the button. Click on the graphic and then you can amend the size or the placement. You can then repeat this on the other side. I also amended the depth of these pattern pieces so they look more like tape. Make sure they have their own fabric assigned to them. If not, just add another one in the object browser. Click on it and scroll down to Physical Properties and increase the thickness. I made mine 3mm. Next we're going to add a jacquard to the garment. Select the Clo library and select your artwork. Drag it across to your pattern pieces and select OK to texture. Mine is not a seamless print, so I'm going to amend the size and the placement. Pick the folded fabric button in the 2D window, Edit Texture, and click on your pattern piece, and you can move the graphic, or you can change the size by using the half gizmo in the right hand corner of the 2D window. I'm going to go through all the pattern pieces, so I'm happy with the look. To move your avatar around, you can use your numbers 2 front, 8 back, and 4 and 6 are the sides. You can also use your right mouse button to spin around in the 3D window. Once I'm happy with the jacquard placement, I'm going to change the colour of the under collar. Select this fabric in the object browser and scroll down the property editor and select the colour. Pick and save and close. Finally, we're going to add a print over this jacquard. Click on the fabric again in the property editor and select the 3 dots and add print. Next, select your file. I want to tone it down a little, so in the property editor I'm going to scroll down to opacity and amend to achieve the look I want. I'll be following this video with another one shortly where I add a badge and an embroidery. Please like and subscribe if you find these videos useful.